So, hi everyone, I'm Christina, and this is my first attempt to trying to go live streaming. And because I'm so bored due to the coronavirus quarantine, so I decided to do some live streaming, and just testing this out. Because it takes a lot of time for me to make a 5-minute video because I do a lot of drawings. Maybe it's easier for me to just talk about the technology. So let me know what you think about this way of doing things. I don't know. This is like the first time I'm doing it, so I'm just trying to figure out how to do things, share things. So let's just talk about my current project right now. So everybody knows that Camel K is coming out to a more stable release. And so I've been making a lot of videos on how-tos for Camel K. There's a lot of so let me see if I can share my screen. So how do I do that with live streaming? Let me see. That's the problem with live streaming. There's no cut. Everything has to be like right there. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So let me see. How can I share my screen? Is it possible for me to share my screen? Oh no. It's not like it's so it shows me I'm live. Don't think I can share my screen. So there's pop-up chat, there's participants, because I didn't put it live, so I didn't put it to public. So there's nobody here, of course. Oh, here's my cat. Sorry. Where is it? There's no sharing screens. That's not cool. All right, I'm gonna do like a Google and see like how to share screen with YouTube Live. So stupid. Like, why am I doing it in the middle of a live streaming? Is it possible for me to share my screen during the live demo? No. With your webcam only, so it won't let you share the screen. So that's a bummer. Oh well. I guess this is not a very good way then, like to do a live coding. So how did the gamer do that, right? Maybe I just switch mediums. I think it's not cool. So this is super not cool. Live streaming. Since Google Hangouts, you can do that with Google Hangout, but you can do that with YouTube streaming. It's a bummer. Anyway, I am going to post that maybe later on in the description box on some of the examples I've been doing. So there's in my repository, there's a couple of examples that's already there. I kind of just there's 7 of them. I fork 4 of them from the OpenShift integration. The Camel K example. So there's 4 of them already created by the Camel K team. So there's basics, APIs, event streaming, and then the virtualized database one. And so I added the Tecton, the pipeline stuff, because it's hip. And then I also have the the Prometheus, because everybody seems to want to see how you can monitor Camel K on OpenShift. So I did that as well. And then I also did a Jaeger one. Yeah, you want to see tracing as well. So I mean, for me, the experience with Camel K is very positive because in OpenShift, it's not that easy for developers because you kind of have to understand what's in OpenShift. So they have this new CRD thing they have. It's a custom resource definition, and they have the API. So you have to define it's kind of like a description of what you want OpenShift to do. And now they have this operator. So the operator look at what you submitted to what you created and what you submitted into the operator, and it's going to create everything for you. And and then also the traditional, more like a template. So you were dealing with a lot of, I was, well, at least me, I was dealing with a lot of YAMLs because look at this. I'm creating a YAML for creating routes, a YAML for creating services, a YAML for creating a Chrome job, a YAML to do whatever, right? So it's a bunch of YAML, and then I put them in a template. I'm trying to deploy them and everything. It's a lot of, it's not hassling because once you understand, it's kind of easy. It's not like hard, but it's just a lot of documents going around. So the positive thing for me about Camel K is I can forget all about that. So the Camel K kind of does everything for me. You know how Camel K has this really cool thing where it just converts, it just reads, it just scans your Camel code, goes one by one and scan all of it. And it's going to be like super smart and detect whatever you want to have and try to guess what you want to bring up in OpenShift. For instance, if I have an API or RESTful services, it is going to create this routes and services and just expose that for me, right? So I don't have to deal with, creating a service, maybe OC create service, or, putting a YAML file if I wanted to have a CI/CD stuff created, and it creates a route for me. And that is super cool, right? And now because of Knative is popular, everybody seems to want their hands on a serverless solution. There's another kind of service, which is, Knative service, right? And then I have to learn, okay, so how do I create Knative service and how's that defined? But with Camel K, it's actually pretty easy because it just does that for me. So from a developer point of view, I think it's pretty simple, right? So that's why I want to spend a lot of effort on creating the demos, showing you how to do what to do. But the only thing about the only hurdle that I see when I'm trying to get everybody started with this new Camel K technology is environment, because I don't think everybody would have the time to install a Minishift or Minikube in your environment. And depending on what kind of OS you have, sometimes I know a lot of people like talking to me, like saying that they have problems bringing up things in on Windows, and I have a Mac. So for me, it's not that hard. But then but I stopped using local machines anyway because I think it's a lot easier to have it on the cloud. So whenever I need, I just access from the cloud. But yeah, for me, it's like getting that environment for you is the hardest part. I was looking for some solutions, but they're so costly. So I'm still looking for a way to find it. But I made a video about it already. It's coming up depending on when they're releasing the Camel K. So I don't know when, and probably gonna be soon anyway. So I kind of just use some hacky parts on the internet where you can just grab a very slow environment where you can just play around with it. That's like a hacky thing to do, right? Yeah. So this concludes my first very stupid. I mean, just want to try it out, like see how the live streaming works. I wanted to keep it diligent, so maybe I'll just do it once a week, maybe. And maybe figuring out how if I can install a screen share app so I can share that, or if not, we'll just talk about things about the things I heard in my work, and things about it, right? So cool. Thanks, and everybody stay safe.